Oh, it is August, which means we are steadily creeping closer to October and Halloween. Which means that I'm getting closer to putting more all year decorations around my house. But it does also mean that July is done, and I did a whole bunch of stitching. I have full notes, and I touched a few whips this month, which was good. I touched a couple of full coverage. My brain is working. It's fine. And some non-full coverage, and I have a small start and finish. I actually have two for last month for July. One of them I can't show because it's a gift. So until that person gets that one, it can't be shown. But we have stuff to get into. For those who are new, my name is Gothy or Raven, either is fine. My pronouns are they, them, and I am a queer disabled stitcher from Australia. And it's Goblin Chaos over here. The name is, like, it's in the name. It's Goblin Chaos. And we are... I'm having mind blanks. It is nighttime. For context, it's like 8 p.m. It is the 2nd of August. Um, and I have been out socializing today, taking advantage of the fact that I had a face on already. So I went out like this. This is fine and normal and chill for me. This is casual. um, but yes, hello to people who are returning. At this point, I hope that you're used to the chaos. So it should be fine. So I'm just going to go in a random order. I've got the start and finish here that I can show. So we'll start with that, and that is Little Starry Night. I stitched this on wood, and I get these from Tom's New Old Things on Etsy, based in Australia. I have a few different wooden pieces from him. I don't have any in easy reach right now, but I have. Oh, do I? No, no, I do not. Um, I've stitched on some of his little coffins. And he's also got some really cute, like, bobbins, like wooden bobbins. So those were kind of fun to play with. Now, I know that it doesn't fit on there, and that is the intention. Because I have a few ideas of how to finish around the edges. So it's not fully finished. Stitching is finished, it's not fully finished yet. I will get to that when I sort my craft room out a little bit more. I have several ideas. One of them will work. That's the hope, anyway. That was a start and finish. That pattern is by one of the mini masterpiece people on Etsy. The link will be below. I didn't write it in my notes because there's always something that I leave out of my notes, and this time that's what it was. But this was all up 1,055 stitches, I believe. I've removed the pattern from Pattern Keeper now, so I can't double check that number. But I stitched it in like 3 days, 4 days, right a bit. So nice and quick, super easy. The other thing that I do with wooden canvases is that I will not use a new or a nice needle for them. I will use scungy old kit needles. I do keep a couple on hand specifically for stitching on these because they're going to get thrashed. This one's 3 strands this time because I wanted the good coverage. So 3 strands, scungy needles, and a needle threader because sometimes it gets a little tight. And of course with wood, because it's not as flexible and stuff, you do use a lot more floss to do something like this. And bread chicken is a lot fucking harder on this. But I won floss chicken a few times. Then we have other projects. So, appropriate bag. Appropriate bag from, this one's from Little Cozy Props. And this is a new start, because there were 4 new starts that I still have in progress, plus the start and finish. So 5 total new starts for July. I just let myself loose. So this one is The Witch's Spell by Autumn Lane Stitchery. So that one, green and the purple. And so this one only got 215 stitches on it, just enough to start it. Because by the time I sort of got into it, I was kind of itching to pick up a full coverage, which is not super like me, as usually the other way around. This is going to show lighter than it is. It is a darker red in person. That is a red and not an orange, but that is the starting point. The outline of the witch's hat sort of going up her arm a little bit. This is one of the prompts for Whip Warriors, was to stitch something with a wand in it. So that's why that one got 200 stitches for that. But that fabric is an opal, it's 18 count, and it's from Color Cascade. The colorway is... Where is my whipboard? I wrote it down on the whipboard. Ghoul. That one is Ghoul. Pretty sure it's Ghoul. Is it? I feel like it might not be Ghoul. I think Ghoul is the green. I'm gonna double check the colorway, but it is one of the Halloween ones from a previous year. So that is that one. I'm just going to pull a drawer out to stack things on. So then we have... Actually, this is not started yet, is it? No, it's not. That is the wrong bag. That was one of the retreat bags, and there's a retreat project in there. So I was like, hold on, plastic. Plastic doesn't seem right. Which means... Hold please, I'm missing a whip. You ever like open or like look at your storage, like your project bags, and you're looking at one of them in particular thinking, oh, I need to grab that one? And you convince yourself that no, that's not the project bag you're after. You don't need to grab that one. Turns out that it was the one that you intended to grab. It has the other new start in it. That's why you were staring at it. Well, I just did. So, yeah, I did that earlier. It's like, oh, I've got to pull this one out, this one, this one, this one. This is the correct bag. So, this is a Color Cascade bag. It's a weird combo because that's kind of how I deal. I am a fan of fairy bread, and the fact that the fairy bread on the bag is the correct sprinkles for fairy bread. I am very, very specific about my fairy bread. I will argue about it. On the back, it's got the crafter. But this is another new start. It's a really weird fabric. So this is the project. It is a Rosewood Manor. I got this off eBay. So it's got the fancy peacock. It's also got a couple of extra patterns that you can do as well. This one I got off eBay secondhand, and I got it with the sulkies as well. So I'm stitching this in the sulkies. This is the first time that I've used sulkies for a project. So I did where is it? 351 stitches in this one. And it was, again, just enough to get a start on it. This fabric is called Welcome to the Jungle. It is an 18 count opal Ada. It is brighter than it appears. It is insanely bright. But that is our start. That yellow is very close to it, but I'm not hating the kind of tone on tone. It stands out just enough so far. So that's 2 colours in there. So that's the blue and that's the yellow. That yellow is going to sort of sink into it a little bit more than any other colour. All the other colours are going to pop really well on it. So, weird, but so far it's paying off. I'm enjoying it. Everything else is like blues and stuff like that, so they're gonna pop on it. I don't want anything to plop. That's a bad word. Then other new start. This one is a Lollicrow. It's my first bigger Lollicrow. So this is the Murder in the Pumpkin Patch. So, really cool. Not get the glare. Not wrapped in plastic, it's just kind of like a shiny paper. So I've started working on this without a working copy. All of these three I've started working on without a working copy. So we'll find out if that bites me in the ass or not. So this is a piece of fabric from Clean Designs. This is called, the colorways Veronica May Raw, based off the tag that I got. This is an 18 count. It's a big piece, so it's one of the mediums. I've only done this small little section in the corner here. So again, it's a little bit, the grays kind of meld in a little bit on that moon, but once I get the blacks in, it really sort of pushes it out more. But I don't hate the kind of tone on tone either. The fact that it does kind of look darker, because like, it kind of looks like a really cool night. And the modeling on this piece of fabric is fucking stunning. And like, it's gonna look so good. You got like this bit of really dark patch here. It is a little bit darker than it's showing on screen, but it looks really good and really fun so far. This one got, for the first night, 575 stitches. So I started on it and I just went, and I didn't expect to do quite as many. Especially because these ones don't have working copies yet. But I just sped through it. Even with the color changes and stuff. So then we'll do full coverage second. So this bag is from Deb's Threads Designs on Etsy. There are 3 projects in here. These are my 3 in progress Mirabilias. I only worked on one of them. So we worked on Raven Queen. Just give me a second. Okay, so I wanted to just move the thing. So this is still in the plastic. So Raven Queen, le focus. Out the glare, please. So I'm stitching her as called for. So with all the proper threads and everything, I ended up getting like the thread pack and everything. Raven Queen got 1,212 stitches. I'll put a I'll put a before photo up because she's not a new start. But this is where she currently is now. That is the top. Goes this way. So started getting some of those Karen water lilies into the middle. The middle is mostly Karen water lilies in 310. There is not much of else. There is a little bit of DMC 3 something in there, the super light blue, that I started putting into. But yeah, that one got 1,212 stitches. This fabric is it's called Black Old Sun. It is by Color Cascade. It is an 18 count. This is one of my favorite crazy fabrics from Tammy. It just looks good no matter what. Like, I've got a few pieces of this. Some of them are like super dark, and some of them are like super splotchy and bright, like this one. I love it. It's one of my favorite colorways. And yeah, so that one stitched up pretty quickly. I worked on that for a couple of days. In here, I do also have the plastic roses. I've got Baker's Wife is a whip in here, and I also have Eva. I'll just pull those out just because I can. Just because they're right in front of me, why not? I had been contemplating doing a whip parade, I just don't know if I have the spoons. It's been a bit of a time the last month. But we'll see. I might just do one. So that is where Eve is at the moment. That fabric is actually showing up pretty accurately. It is that bright. And that is, I believe it's my island home. My heater just kicked on, so hopefully that is not... It is my island home in 18 count. So that is a colour cascade fabric. All of my Bewitching Pixies are on blues. They're all on different blues. So far I've been able to have them all on different blues. Now this is another piece of Welcome to the Jungle. This is the non-opal version. And this is the Baker's Wife on a lime green yellow fabric. But she is going to pop so fucking well on that. She's gonna kind of look like a zombie, and I'm here for it. Pretty ladies can be zombies too. So, they will get some love. I'm going to definitely get some more progress on those before the end of the year. I haven't actually checked for a while where I'm tracking on my goals. Might have a look at that before we finish up. Full coverage. Another Deb's Threads Designs bag, big vinyl front bag. And this is Phantom of the Opera. This is my biggest whip now. This one is not even at 1% yet. Even though I pumped another 1,000 stitches into it, it is still not at 1%. This is a Heaven and Earth design chart. It is an Amy Stewart. I've started right in the middle, and this piece of fabric is huge. This is 25 count. Easy Guide Ada. And this is all I have done so far. It is hard to believe that that is like 5,000 something stitches. But yeah, no, that is a lot. This is a lot. This is gonna take me forever. It's 1/1 full cross, and yeah, 25 count. So I did another 1,000 on that one. I wanted to do a little bit more on it, but this fabric is so much to deal with, and none of the things that I have been trying have been working to make it easier to stitch, because I'm having to sort of roll it up. That means I'm having to swing my arm wider to get my needle from top to bottom, and it fatigues my arms a lot quicker, so I don't get as much done. So I need to work out something for this, just because it is so fucking huge. And yeah, and it gets a lot to hold and to stitch on. And because I have EDS, some news on that front actually, for after. But yeah, I have EDS and chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, so it gets a lot. Done. Okay, and then the last full coverage. Let's see, done that one, and then the new start. The last new start. Okay, so then we also pulled Arthas out. So Arthas is my oldest project. It is a full coverage stained glass style World of Warcraft fan art piece, being stitched on 18 count Ada, and Arthur's got 1,294 stitches to finish 2 more of the little tiny panels. So there will be that way. I also got a decent chunk done on the third one, so it will not take me much to finish that third one and move on. And because this is where I should find that pointer. I don't know where the pointer is. I bought one specifically for this, but you know, we'll use the skull hand. So this one and this one are the two that I've finished this term. And this is the one that is almost done. I reckon there's probably only like 100 stitches, maybe 150 left in this little section. And then it's on to this. The next time I pick this up, I want to finish all of this section. All of this infill, because then I can say that I've finished this whole panel. Then I will look at filling this little line in, and then we will start down here. And I want to work from the biggest section down to the smallest one this time. I haven't just done that here, but we're going to just travel down, and we're going to go across, and then we'll go across. I'm thinking I will leave... I don't know if I'm going to leave Sindragosa and Arthas for the last bit. Or maybe I'll leave Illidan for last. Because Illidan sits this side. Over here. Illidan is over here. Sort of crouching in this little corner. Maybe I'll do Illidan, and then I'll do Arthas last. Maybe that's how I'll do it. I don't know yet. But we got some progress. We're just we're a hair away from 22% complete overall on Arthas. So I've been really good. Like, I've been pulling this out quite a bit this year. I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with how much I have pulled it out. It has met a lot of prompts for Whip Warriors. And that's been really satisfying as well, because I can just see a little progress. And I've been motivated to stitch on it too, which is nice. Because I kind of pull it out and I'm like, oh, but look, like, I'm so close to doing this bit. Like, I could have picked something else up, but I stuck with it and I kept going. I didn't get tired of it, which was nice. That does happen quite a bit. It happened with Opera. Then of the Opera, I wanted to do a bit more on it, but I kind of got a bit over it, so it went away after the 1,000. Then we have my final new start, and this one is in my nerd troop because I'm stitching on it now. Started this on the 31st of July, and I've done one more. I did some stitching on it last night. I'll do some more stitching on it tonight. But this is the start of the Evergreen Stitch Along by Sprouting Lupine. I kind of jumped in and I was like, fuck it, let's try and keep up with the Stitch Along. I still have not finished my Stitch Along from last year, being the Stitch for Pride Stitch Along. But I totally have false hope that I will keep with this one. I also have bought in to do the Witch's Garden Crafts Here Lies the Body stitch along. I have 2 fabrics set up for that one. So I've got 2 fabrics, so I'll decide when I start to see the sort of start come out if I want to do the opal version or the non-opal version. I haven't been able to pick. I've got the same colorway and similar sort of outcome with dye. It's just one's opal, one's not. I'm not sure which one I want to do. This fabric is an amazing fabric that I wish I could get more of their stuff, but this is from Banana Oil. Banana Oil do not ship outside of the US, so I cannot get it for the most part. I got this and a couple of other pieces of their fabric because my housemate went to the States for a couple of weeks, so I was able to order some stuff from them, have it shipped to where he was staying, and he brought it home for me. That is the only reason I have this fabric, and I love this fabric. I love it so fucking much. Like, it is stunning. And I did all of my floss tossing and everything will look good on there. So that is where we're up to. The frame is done. This is the little tail of the dragonfly. This is the start of the stag beetle. It's not a stag. I don't think it's a stag beetle. I think it's a different type of beetle. But it's a beetle. Yeah. So, other things that I have done. I went to a craft show. Which is really funny because I not long ago had the retreat. But I went to a craft show. It is primarily a quilting show. It's the quilt and craft show. It was at the convention center in Sydney. One of the reasons I wanted to go as well was because Lisa from Paddock Lane Designs was going to be there. And also Ginger Stitches AU was going to be there, and I've got quite a few of the needle minders from there already. And plus, I just like going to craft shows because there's like new crafts. Overall, it wasn't bad. Seeing Lisa and Zane from Ginger Stitches, great. Very much enjoyed it. I was a little disappointed because one of the things that like I was hoping to find while I was there was like I wanted to get a whole bunch of rickrack. Like just a whole bunch of different types. Not a single one of the quilting shops that were there had any kind of rickrack. I could not find rickrack there at all. I didn't see a lot of variation overall. Yeah, so I didn't see a lot of variation in terms of the crafts. There was a lot of sewing machine stuff there. There was I did get excited because on the first pass, I was like, oh, there's a decoupage place, because like not a lot of people carry like decoupage stuff, and I'm weird and kind of old, I guess, and I like decoupage. So I was hoping that like they'd have some rice papers and stuff like that, and I could look at some new rice papers. And I got up to it later on to find that all of their advertising was AI. Their papers were also AI designs. And they just had them printed on the rice paper, and I was just like, you're not getting a cent of my money. I'm out. So, yeah. It was also the fact that, like, sort of, I approached and, like, they were having, people that were running the stall were having their own kind of little conversation quite loudly and, like, talking about other types of craft and, like, shit-talking them at the time, and I was just like, you're having your conversation, but you would either, like, tone it down or stop if you've got a customer approaching, but, like, they barely acknowledged me at all. And then, yeah, like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, so that's AI. That's AI. It's a cool paper, that's AI. Like, I was just like, yeah, no, this is done. The other funny one, the one that just really struck me as just like, is that there was, they had a few stalls for like jewelry makers and stuff like that who were selling their completed items, which was a little different, but it was cool. There was a person who had crocheted items, that they'd already made, and their sign had like, oh, like we use sustainable wool, except the sustainable wool picture in it was AI generated. It's like, that's the complete opposite of what the message is in the picture. You've used like a field full of water to generate an image that says sustainable. At least. Yeah. It was a time. But yeah, like not a lot of varying, like there was no diamond art there at all. There was a little bit of scrapbooking, not nearly as much. There was a stall that had books that was really, really overpriced as well. They did have some cross-stitching stuff, and there was some that I was looking at, but I did buy some quilting fabric. I was very modest and behaved until I saw cryptid fabric, because of course I got the cryptid fabric, and they just have this really nice one, and it feels really nice. It's like, they do feel really nice. And this is a like some little owls and ravens. Like, of course. But then they had tulipinks, and I got this one, and I was like, ooh, yes. I am kind of a sucker. I'm becoming a sucker for the tulipink fabrics. Like, look at that is a really pretty one. Yeah. There was only one left of this one too, so I was just like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna grab it. Fuck it. I mean, I didn't really spend much money on much else. I did get some new needle minders. So, Ginger Stitch had a thing where if you took in a finished project, while stocks remained, you got a free needle minder. So that's this one. Is finished a whip. So I took in my finished Dimension 20 and the Screeching Bat one. I also bought 3 needle minders. One of them, to pull this back up, that is one of them, little Transmoth. That was a nice little addition. Go on this one. I also got the Smut Club because, of course. And I got the Mothman to go with the Cthulhu that I've got. They also had a like a gotcha machine for like mystery needle minders. So I threw a roll in for that as well, and I got these 2 little soot sprites. And I got the green and black ones, which is completely appropriate. So I was quite pleased. From Lisa, I got my first Counting Puddles pattern. This is the Spectacular Party. I have looked at this thing. This is another pattern that I've looked at so many times. I've looked at it online. I've looked at it in Lisa's shop. Like, she had this at the retreat just a few weeks ago, and I was looking at it then, and I was like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. I actually opened it and had a look at the pattern, and I was like, oh, okay, that's not as intimidating as I thought. So, yes, I got it. It will go, I mean, it'll go into stash, and I will stitch it at some point, but I did get it. I'm committing. I am committing. I also grabbed the wolf from A Year in the Woods. It's Cottage Garden samplings. Yeah. I'm not doing all of these. I'm only going to do the ones that I like. Andrew, specifically, Andrew likes wolves, so I stitch wolves typically for him. I also grabbed some fabric, so I didn't buy enough at the retreat. So this is a piece of Woodlands in 16 count, and this is a large piece. So it is not gonna show up super well. Well, kinda. A little bit more of a pinky, orangey brown. Which totally makes sense as I describe it that way. But I thought it would be cool. I was actually looking at that one for the evergreen stitch along. But I decided to go with the banana oil one instead. And then this is a small piece, and this is Royal Queen in 18 count. And it's again a little bit more of a brown. Didn't go as crazy. Yeah, that one's not picking up as color accurate at all. Kind of like a coffee, like a really light milk coffee. That's a little bit more. Yeah. So that was another one that I was sort of looking at for either one of the 2 stitch alongs, the evergreen or the Witch Garden Craft one. And this is a piece of Royal Jester. This one I got because it's weird. I gotta get weird shit. And it's just, I like it. I like the weirdness. that's more accurate. There we go. Yeah. And then let's see, that's that one, that's that one. This is all of my craft haul. I actually got some really good stuff from the Achieve shop that was there. So they have a shop called the Sewing Basket. And it is, oh no, that's come apart. That's okay. And it is a charity shop, so they run off donations, but they primarily do craft supplies. I have plans at some point when the universe stops breaking all of my things, because that's been a thing, to go and have a look at what they've actually got in the store. So I got from there, like, I only spent a little bit of money too, but like, they had like this little bundle that has fallen apart of Halloween fabrics for $5. And I thought these would be just really cute little pieces. But, like, you could use them to back a hoop or something like that. So, like, they're all about that size. And, like, you could actually use them for patchwork and stuff, of course, but yeah, don't drop. There are a whole bunch of them. I'm just gonna put them back in there. I also got, they just had like little random bags of beads. So, like, I just got random beads. Got some green ones, I got some big chunky ones. A whole bunch of little tiny black seed beads. They had some like star-shaped beads. This eyeball patch. A whole bag of buttons. Like, I just got random stuff that just appealed to the crow brain. That's the best way I can describe it. More buttons that side. It had these little yep, another piece of fabric. And like black metal spider webs. Cool. They also had little fragments in time from Summer Home Stitch. Is it Stitch Workers? Stitch Works. Oh yeah. A little thing. 50 cents. They had a couple of others, but I didn't like the other ones. They also had a Mojo Stitches hat in there. It's actually signed by Joanna as well. So it turns out I'm gonna stitch a bird. Because it's really funny, because this is, again, one of the ones that I was looking at the retreat. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I've never really been one to stitch birds. It's not really my thing, but, like, they are really fucking pretty. And someone has already done the conversion in the back, too. But, yeah, so I'm gonna stitch a bird. I did also get, they had a store that just had, a whole bunch of like stitchy tools. So I got a big giant seam ripper because I only have the really little ones and I struggle to hold them sometimes. So this is a good thing. The thing is the lid for it doesn't actually stay on. But I'll fix that at some point. I also got a metallic magnetic pickup thing. So if I drop a needle on the ground, I don't have to bend awkwardly like a disabled bitch to pick it back up off the ground. I can just loop. And because I am wanting to do some rhinestoning of things, because that's just who I am, I got a little claw pickup. But also, like, they'd probably have other uses as well. So I got those. I did also pick up some rhinestones. These are just flat back rhinestones. Because I have ideas for rhinestones. Kind of in a rhinestone phase. Sparkly things are just kind of catching my eye at the moment. So I got a whole bunch of these holographic ones. And then I got some random ones. So I got... They're all mixed up, so like you're not gonna be able to see the colours super well. So, like a jade green. Yep, jade green. These ones are a black. But they're sparkly. And I got these ones, which are like a gunmetal grey. I don't think any of these are gonna come up, but sparkly. There was actually one more pack somewhere. I think they might still be in the bag somewhere. But I did get like a light green too. And then I got some purpley ones. They also had these little bat charms. Little cartoony ones and then less cartoony ones. There is another pack of beads somewhere. So I did get the lime green ones. There was a woodworking place, so I got a little needle case that I haven't unpacked yet. I've had a bunch of other stuff going on, so I just haven't got around to putting all that away yet. And then I got this. Now this is the only new craft that I've picked up to try. And this is Japanese braiding. I had to think for what it was. Japanese braiding. So this is a whole kit. They have like a little... Yeah. And it comes with the little wheel that you need, that you use to do the beading, the weaving. You get enough to make 3 bracelets. So the purple, the light blue, and like the sort of mixed colour. You've got the end caps to make them into the bracelets. And then you've got the patterns and instructions and stuff like that. So I picked this up. It's like $30. And I'm going to give that a go. The lady at the booth was super lovely. She was in the middle of sort of doing a class as well, but she still took the time to like sort of come around to where I was, and she showed me how to do it. And showed me some examples where like some of them are like the basic one is like 4 strands or 6 strands. But like you can go up to like 32 and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, and like, oh yeah, I've seen people do like patterned ones where you could do like little skulls in it and stuff. And I'm like, you already had me sold, but like the fact that you were like catering it to my interests based off the fact that I am a visible goth. Like, yes, you've got me. All right, I'm in. So at some point I will do that as well. Plans wise, I have a few new starts that I want to make this month. Unsurprisingly. So these 2 pieces are going to be put aside. These are the 2 pieces that I've put aside for the Witch's Garden Crafts stitch along. So they are both Hephaestus from Colour Cascade. So you can see one is a little bit more red, but otherwise they're fairly similar. One's opal, one's not. So one of those will get picked for that. Those are going aside. I've also put aside this piece of sage in opal, Colour Cascades. I'm going to start a Jet X Stitch pattern because I want to. And then this little piece of Ada, I got off 123 Stitch years ago. It is just a 14 count. But it should be big enough. I'm gonna double check all the measurements. It should be big enough for the little pattern that came with the evergreen stitch along. It's like a little cloche like bell jar type thing with a butterfly and stuff in it. I'm gonna put that on that, potentially. I'm gonna measure it. That's that plan. Um, I think stitchy-wise, that's all. The Witch's Garden Crafts one doesn't actually start till September, so I've still got some time. I'm gonna put those 2 pieces of fabric in with other bookmarked fabrics so that they don't get used for anything else. Now, just having a look at books. Books. Let's have a look. Okay, so July I read 4 books. So I finished The Ever King by L.J. Andrews. There'll be this side. There'll be pictures here. So I finished that one. I think I might have already spoken about that one. And I think when I did my last update, I was in the middle of reading Blood and Roses by Callie Hart. I finished this one. I finished that on the 15th of July. It was pretty good. I'm definitely going to look out for volume 2. Then I picked up Mate by Ali Hazelwood, and I finished that on the 21st of July. So that was really cute. I really enjoyed that. Like, they're not super smutty or anything, but they are pretty good. So then the last book that I finished was The Demon's Queen, which definitely smart. Definitely smart. Monster Smart specifically, by Katie Robert. I just, so far I've loved everything that I've read by Katie. Everything's great. Everything's smutty. Everything's so good. But I did finish that one on the 28th of July. Currently in my reading challenge, I mean, if you use Storygraph, my link will be down below. So, like, add me, because I don't know anyone on I barely have anyone on Storygraph, because I stopped using Goodreads quite a while ago. Just because I don't need any more Amazon bullshit in my life. Currently, my 2026 reading goals, I'm at 16 out of 20 books, which I know 20 books is not a huge goal, but I have been in a really significant reading slump since 2020. Since 2020, I have not been able to finish a single reading challenge. So, 16 out of 20 is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. If I exceed that, it's great. I'm not going to adjust the goal anymore, because from historically, the end of the year gets really, really, really wild. And that's usually when all the full-on things come, and I lose track of all of the goals, because, like, we're usually good the first 6 months, and then the last 6 months is just a wild ride that we're, holding on for dear life until the end. So, page goal, I set as 5,000 pages for physical books, or ebooks. So I'm at 4,046, which is 81% of that. And I did change the goal for audiobook hours, because originally I only had it set to like 40 or 50. And like within like 2 months I'd already done that. So it's set to 100, and I'm now at 102% of that. At the moment, I am listening to Brimstone by Callie Hart. It's book 2 of the Quicksilver one. I need to pick up Iron Flame and start reading that some more. So, Andrew found me a Minecraft axolotl light, and it actually, like, it changes colours. And it's very cute. So, Iron Flame is on my e-reader. It's appropriate. I maybe need to cover this with some more stickers, because the pattern on it is coming off. Give me smut or give me death and play with monsters. Yeah. But the other book that I'm reading, which I thought was sapphic, is not. Makes me a little sad, but is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. So far, really good. I that was my first chunk of the read. Also, I am getting obsessed with books with sprayed edges. I had been avoiding them for so long because I knew inside of me that like I would get a few and I'd be like, oh, I like these, and I'd just start going for the fancy editions, and the fancy editions get pricey. They get expensive. Sure enough, that's exactly what's happened. Except that I found two fancy books at an op shop that have book haul. So book haul, from a charity shop, because there's a really big new one that's opened up near us. I also got like a paint pouring set that hadn't ever been opened for $5. So there'll be some paint pouring stuff at some point in the future. So from the op shop, I got House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin Craig, which is it's like a ghost fantasy kind of thing. And then of course, like your mystery strangers and stuff. It's a vibe. Then I also still a little bit of adhesive stickiness from the stickers on there. So this one was $5. For $8.50, I picked up Bella Mort by Bella Higgin. And this is a Fable Crate exclusive edition. So it has sparkly red sprayed edges. It also has the signed, oh, that's gonna blow right out. The signed book plates. It was $8.50. And it has this, yeah. This book I actually have a digital edition of. It has been in my TBR for a little while. It is something happened to my sister, and I have to go to this guy who's my enemy, and oh no, is he really my enemy? Like, you know what the deal is. The enemy is a vampire, so hot vampire romance. I'm in. And then I picked up the Fable Crate version of Only a Monster by Vanessa Len. Fancy sprayed edges, like, okay, like these ones are like plain color sprayed edges, but like these are the Fable Crate editions. These are not cheap. This one is another, I believe, from memory, that it is another monster romance fantasy kind of thing. But this one was also $8.50, and this one is not only signed book plate. That's gonna slip. The book plates don't get affixed in, they're stickers, so you can affix them, but I don't want to. Signed and handwritten note. $1.50. So, fancy editions. I'm all up in that shit now. I also did pre-order the 50th anniversary edition of the Interview with the Vampire. I have pre-ordered it. I was waiting for it to pop up in Australia. It happened. I popped it in. I had been hoping to try and get into the city to go see a play this weekend. I was going to go see Doubt, a Parable, because Sam Reed was going to be one of the cast of that, and I was going to take my copy of Interview with a Vampire, or Vampire Lestat, one of the two, and if I had the chance to get it signed, I was going to do that. Unfortunately, this has been the month where everything that can break does. So, my mattress cocked itself. One of the springs just came right up through the hole and also destroyed my electric blanket. So, mattress has been paid off and replaced. The electric blanket was replaced, and I put a temporary, like, stopgap fill into the hole so that the spring wouldn't come through and kill my electric blanket again. But that has been... You know how expensive mattresses are right now? It is fucking absurd. Fucking absurd how expensive mattresses are. And especially if you are disabled and you now have a body that is super crunchy, well, crunchier than it ever has been. So you can't just get any mattress. Now you have to get specific mattresses that don't settle your joints loose and out of place. So I've paid it off. Done. It is getting delivered next weekend. So hopefully next weekend onwards, I will sleep a little better. Granted, okay, my mattress is old. It is past 10 years old. I know you're supposed to replace them every 10 years, but like they're expensive. It has cost me 1,500, and that is the discounted price. That is as many discounts as they could slap on that bitch. But I am getting a mattress that does not have springs in it. So this time we should not have any problems. But also, from like a whole bunch of research that I did, springless mattresses are really good for like anecdotally for people with EDS. A lot of people find them to be really good. As long as you regularly turn them. So we're gonna make sure to do that. But memory foam is apparently like a lot better. This one also has like this power cool thing, so like it keeps cooler and sort of helps with sweat and stuff like that, which is something that I really, really need in summer. When I die, because Australian summers really suck. And considering where I live, we don't get snow exactly where I am ever. We have been hitting 1 and 2 degrees overnight for the last like few weeks. It's been insane. It doesn't get that cold here. So climate change is a thing. We're literally killing the fucking planet. But I am struggling with the cold. And what that tells me is that summer is going to be just as brutal, and I don't do well in summer. Winter, I get around. Like, winter's not too bad. I manage. Summer, I'm not designed for heat. I am not designed for heat at all. Um, I'm also, a lizard, and I don't generate my own body heat, but I can fix that from external sources and not overdo it. Cooling's a different thing. Cooling, there can never be enough when it is 42 degrees bearing down on the house. Yeah. So summer's gonna suck. And I do tend to overheat more than anything when I'm sleeping. So this power cool thing seemed pretty good in the shop. It was really comfortable. At some point, I will also look at replacing the bed frame. The bed frame's about the same age as the mattress. And it got damaged in the last time, like when we moved into here, it did get damaged. So it's held in with these giant fucking screws. Which means it's not coming with us when we move again. Like when we get another place, um, that we are looking, um, when we get out of here, it's not coming with us. It's not surviving again. So I've got to get another bed. I want to get, because they had these like powered under things for the bed, for the mattress, and I tried that with this mattress and it was really good. Even just to sort of relieve pain and stuff like that, or like it's got like a TV mode. I would use it for reading. Um, but it was really nice. Um, which was kind of a good thing because like I've had people recommend that I get like a bed with raise and lower and stuff like that. Just for like the EDS and mobility stuff, but I don't like the medical beds because they just look I don't like the look of them, I don't like the feel of them. I don't like that a lot of disability stuff has that medical kind of feel vibe to it. I'm like it feels icky. That's the best way that I can have to describe it. Um And like it's also kind of confronting. Like I'm in my mid 30s. Like shouldn't be needing to look at hospital beds and stuff like that. But yeah, so this might be an alternative to that, and it did feel a lot comfier. Um, and it didn't make me feel ick the same way that like the hospital style disability equipment stuff does. So yep, that lives there now. That lives there now. But yes, that is happening. That will be delivered next weekend. We get it all set up. We'll see how my sleep goes after that. In theory, it should improve a lot, which is not hard. The bar is low. The bar is in hell. But hopefully that's alright. But the weekend after I put the new mattress on my heater died. And like I said, we're currently in winter, and we are having 1 or 2 degree nights. I need my heater to survive because I am lizard and do not generate my own body heat. So the heater had to be replaced. The weekend after that, my ice maker died. I really don't drink enough water. I still don't drink enough water. The only reason I drink the amount of water that I drink currently is because of that ice maker. I can only drink water if it is ice cold. So, yeah, the water bottle, ice cubes, that is the only reason I drink any water. So without that, I don't drink water. Like, I struggle. And sure enough, I had a work meeting and I went to have a drink. Um, and I pulled a face and so you okay? And I'm like, it's water without ice cubes. I told you, like, I don't have an ice maker at the moment. He goes, yeah, but like, and like you said that it was important to have an ice maker. Why are you making a face when you're drinking water? Like, because it tastes bad. It doesn't taste like good water. It's like, are you just drinking tap water? I was like, no, it's bottled water. It's okay, but how does it taste bad? Like, because it tastes round. It tastes too round. And I had to go through the whole thing and explain that room temperature water is round. It tastes round. The warmer the water is, the rounder it tastes. Like, the bigger the roundness, the bigger the circle. And that ice water tastes sharp. It tastes like triangles. Like, really good sharp triangles. And that is the best way that is the only way that I like drinking water. It has to be a triangle, otherwise I'm out. And he's just kind of looking at me like, what in the fuck? And I'm just like, yep, I told you, like, it's weird. I just need my ice maker, so I had to replace that. And now we're also having some issues in the bathroom, so we've got to go and fix the bathroom again, washers and taps leaking and stuff like that. And I think I also have to replace my toaster because it's also kind of old, and I did all the cleaning and everything on it. It's still not doing what it's supposed to. It's just that time of year, I guess, where everything just starts breaking, and I'm having to spend all of my fun money on not fun things, and I don't want to be doing that. I want to be spending money on fun things, or putting it aside for more fun things later. Um, I haven't got a single tattoo so far this year. It's not fair. I'm going into tattoo withdrawal. Although I did talk to one of my other bucket list artists who is doing he's coming to Sydney to do some tattooing. He's going to suss out where he'll be tattooing for wheelchair access. And get back to me, but I might be able to swing getting another one of my bucket list tattoos. But in order for me to do that, I need all of my shit to stop breaking so I can put money aside for it. That is what I would like to happen. So far, keeping it to myself has led to things just like continuing to break. This breaks, this breaks, this breaks. So maybe if I put it out there, Universal will be like, oh yeah, like we'll give them a break. Give them a break. They can just let's chill and just, save up for a tattoo. I probably jinxed it though, knowing my luck. But yes, that is the plan. So because I've had all of that going on, um, it's probably going to be a very chill month. A lot of time at home. A few little social things, like a few social lunches and stuff. Next month is going to be busier. Next month we have tickets for 3 different metal shows. So that will be good because we've got Skindred, we've got Electric Callboy and Ice Nine Kills, and then we have Health. That's 3 weeks worth of gigs. Plus social stuff all around that. There's 2 days that I'm taking off for the Electric Callboy Ice Nine Kills because that's on a Thursday night, so I'm taking the Thursday off so I can get ready, get into Olympic Park, and then I've just got the Friday to rest and just relax because that's going to be an awesome gig. Electric Callboy are fantastic live. Ice Nine Kills are fantastic live. I'm gonna be up in the wheelchair seating with my WoW guild leader who is coming with me. And Andrew is going to be down in the mosh pit with other friends. One of his friends is taking his kids along as well. Like, yeah, they're gonna have a ball in the mosh pit. I'm gonna be up the top because this particular venue doesn't allow wheelchairs into the mosh pit, so I've got nosebleeds. Decent view, but still nosebleeds. Um Health Health is a gig that I'll be able to get to right to the front. I'll be barricade for. I don't know, like I'm going with some other people, so I don't know where they want to go, what their preference is, but I'll be barricade because that's my jam. And Skindred. What venue is Skindred? I don't even know. I haven't put it in the calendar thing. I need to do that. Um, Skindred will either be mosh pit or yeah. Actually, where is Skindred? There are a few other gigs that I'd like to look into, or a couple of shows that I'd like to. Metro. Oh yeah, Metro will be barricade. Metro good. Metro is barricade. So this month there is a Pride and Prejudice satire kind of thing on at the Opera House that I'd like to look into if I can. There's also the Velvet Inferno show, and Heathers is coming back to Sydney at the end of the month as well. But like to see if I can do that. Um, I also need to look into if I'm going to do Cirque du Soleil, just coming out in October. We'll see. It'll be out here in October, November, so I've got time. And there are, of course, half a dozen bands that are coming out that I want to go see, like Delilah Bond. I need to look at tickets for. I also want to look at tickets for. We've got Good Things Festival. It's probably going to do their lineup soon. And I feel like it's going to be a really good lineup. So, I mean, there usually is. So, I'm probably looking at festival tickets. And yeah. Stop using AI. I opened Facebook and it's like the first thing in like one of the long dog groups is like someone using AI for something. It's like, just no, stop using AI. Stop it. You don't need to do that. You can just pick things. Don't have to use AI for that. Ugh. Ugh. People. People. Yes, okay, tickets. Uh, interested. Massive Attack. Massive Attack, I think they just played, or they're going to play. I wish I could go see Massive Attack. The tickets were kind of pricey. Oh, it's Sunday too. I don't know. Probably not. Oh, Wage War is sold out, so that one's not happening. No, Skindred I'm going. Updated. I want to look at Avenged Sevenfold. They're coming out. Still contemplating Lorna Shore and Whitechapel. Delilah Bond would be really fun. Oh, that's at the Metro now. Delilah Bond has changed. I'm absolutely getting tickets then. I know the Metro. The venue they had before, I didn't know about the wheelchair accessibility. But now that that's changed, that's happening. I'm gonna have a look at that. Evanescence would be nice for next year. Cake are coming out next year. That'd be fun. There's just a whole bunch of bands coming out, so it's just a really good time. But that's all. That's all music plans. There are also some good shows. Unfortunately, Beetlejuice got cancelled. I got my tickets and they just fucking cancelled the entire thing. So Beetlejuice is not coming now. That's annoying because I was really looking forward to that. I do want to have a look at tickets for Six. Six is coming back next year, and I've missed it every other time that it's been here, so I really want to go see that one. And they just announced that the What Goes Wrong show is coming to do a Christmas thing at the Opera House, so I think I'll go and do that, even though I'm not a Christmas person. The What Goes Wrong show is fantastic, and I love it, so I'll probably look into that. Apart from that, I'm just gonna be over here stitching, reading, doing my thing. Yeah. If you use Storygraph, come and find me on there because I want to see what other people are reading and stuff as well. I don't want to go back to using Goodreads, so come find me on Storygraph. It's less shit. And they actually have, if you're an Australian, they actually have giveaways for in Australia for like print books and stuff as well. Which has been really nice because Goodreads stopped doing them to Australia, and I don't like it. But they do audiobooks and ebook giveaways too if you're elsewhere. There's actually I entered a giveaway because they have one of the new Cheryl and Kenyon books on giveaway if you are in Australia at the moment. They do have one up there. I'll give you the date. It is up until the 18th of August. So if you're an Aussie and you like Cheryl and Kenyon, jump on there because they do have a giveaway for Hell's Half Acre, which is one of the new ones coming from Cheryl and Kenyon. So jump on it. Do the thing. Or don't. And maybe I have more chances to win. I maybe didn't think that one through before I opened my mouth, but you know. Spread the love, something. Yeah, no. So that I'm enjoying Storygraph a lot more. It's also just like simple and nice. It loads quickly. The app is good. Doesn't feel gross. So yeah. Do the thing. I would like more friends on Storygraph. Find me. Do the thing. Otherwise, tell me about your stitching. I do also have the Discord. If you just want like a chill Discord with no issues, no expectations, I do have my Discord link in there as well. Jump in. I have a craft channel. You can share whatever crafts you want. You want to share animal photos? I have animal photos. I've got gaming stuff in there. And sometimes I just sit in there while I'm doing stuff as well. So we can do the hangs. Otherwise, I'm going to go. And I'm going to go probably take my face off and do some more stitching for tonight. So actually, I'll see if there's anyone around for some gaming. Maybe. I don't know. One of the two. I will game or I will stitch. But I'm out. See you later.